Welcome to the Not Weebs podcast. I'm Danielle.
I'm Emily.
And I'm Amaan.
And today we're going to be talking about anime.
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 I'm so
Okay.
excited about the fact that, okay, so I'm the oldest one right now on the podcast. I'm just going to be upfront. I'm the old weeb. And I have been watching it since Pokemon when it first came out.
Since before I was born.
Yep. And the thing that excites me the most is how one thing that makes me sad is that I feel like a lot of old school anime fans are gatekeepers to it, and it really bothers me because they're like, we've liked anime since the beginning, but we used to get bullied for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, that's awesome that it's really popular now. I love that Instagram Reels like really shows off the amazing animation in Demon Slayer and it's all these people I feel like I can connect with that much more.
You should be happy that people aren't being bullied as much.
Right, exactly. Like, that was definitely something that, in high school.
I mean, even in high school,
and
for
grade
me,
school
it still was unpopular. Only
Yep.
like 2020 is when it started like really getting...
taking off. And maybe it was because everybody was inside.
Yeah.
They're like, let me give this anime thing a try. And then they tried it, and they're like, okay, this is
Actually, it was good. I don't know why I made fun of them.
Yeah, it's actually amazing. It's feeding my inner child because it's technically animated, but it's really adult content and adult humor, and it's really, really dark or really, really funny. And yeah, I'm obsessed. We're all here because we're obsessed. And I think the first question we should ask is, what was your gateway anime? You go first, Danielle.
All right, so my first anime that I ever watched and really just got me into anime was called B Gotta HK, or Yamada's first time. So like Danielle's first time watching anime. But it's more of like a romance comedy show. Her main goal at the start of high school is that she'll have sex with 100 guys before she graduates. And then she ends up like finding this virgin boy and she makes him the first target because she's like, all these like hot guys at schools won't want to like get with me because I'm a virgin too. But like she's so hot, nobody thinks she is and stuff. But she finds the virgin boy and is like, I'm going to make him my target because it'll be easy, first one, and then I'll get the rest of the 99 after and it'll be great. But then she mostly spends the whole show like trying to get him, and then she like actually starts to fall in love. So
Wow. How old were you when you were watching this?
it was only in like 2017, so I'm 21 now. You do the math. I can't do math.
Oh, no, that's a good age to be watching something like that. I mean, I can definitely relate to having those feelings in high school, being like, I'm gonna be so real right now. I was a virgin until I was 22. And literally, I remember being like, is this what gets boys? And like, nah. And I think I even actively said, like, okay, in order to get the most popular guy, I have to have sex. And like, that's what I'm going to do. But then it ended up being like, wait, we're falling in love. And like, actually, it's not about that. So that sounds like a total trat for me. I need to check that one out.
I really don't know like why I liked it, because honestly, sex has been kind of like a scary topic for me. Even now, it kind of makes me uncomfortable still.
Mhm.
So I don't know why I liked it so much.
Maybe that's why you liked it, because it was like, oh my gosh, this makes me uncomfortable. I want more.
I like putting myself out there, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. That's good. I love it. All right, so that was your favorite one. How about you, Amaan?
So my gateway into anime was Assassination Classroom.
Mhm.
Now, I had no idea what it was. And in India,
Oh, right. You were watching in...
yes. So
Right.
Indian Netflix has a different set of series, and we like a different set of shows and content. And basically, we have anime on Netflix. So we don't need to access illegal websites
Mhm.
or pay for things, like extra things.
That's really nice.
Yep. So I found Assassination Classroom on Netflix, and I turned it on. And the intro was like, it was kind of dark, but also funny.
Mhm.
So it's like a funny intro leads into a very scary, dark anime, but then a very scary, dark intro leads into a very funny, chill anime, is how I have felt.
And it's got
Huh.
colorful characters, so that's really bright.
Well, I've not seen it, but I have seen the big yellow guy that's smiling. And I'm not going to lie, I was intrigued. I said, what is that about? An assassination classroom? Does that mean they're killing each other?
Oh.
Like, or What
So
in school?
I can tell you about it. It's not a spoiler. You'll find this out in the first episode. So basically, that guy is a criminal, the yellow guy,
Mm.
and he's not human at this point. I won't tell you what happened there, but he's not human.
I won't tell you. He's not human though.
I couldn't tell by the tentacles.
He has tentacles.
Yeah, like
Oh.
7, 6, something like that.
6 or 7.
So it's called Assassination Classroom because other than studying and him being the teacher, they all also try to constantly kill him
oh,
because the government is like,
the students.
you have to try to kill. Yeah, the students. They're like 12.
They're 12. Oh my goodness! I only saw his head. She's showing me a picture for
Yeah,
all of you
he's
that
in
aren't
like
seeing.
the gown.
Wow. What
Bro,
does
he
that
can-
remind me of?
He can
Something.
fly at
Koro
the sound of
sensei.
speed.
His name's Koro Sensei. He can move at the speed of sound.
Yes.
Oh my god! How are they
Yeah.
going to kill that? There's no way. They're
He's-
12 years old.
Yeah, he's invincible. But then it's also because like they get trained like physically hardened as people, and he also teaches them. He is a good teacher. He has like a very interesting motivation about why he's a criminal and also a teacher, which I won't dive into because it's a major spoiler, and you'll find that in the second season of
I just
Assassination
what
Classroom.
an interesting concept because I'm just sitting here thinking he's in the middle of a geometry lesson and all of a sudden there's someone's throwing a sheikh knife at him. They're like,
Yeah.
"Excuse me,
Yes.
I'm trying to teach you about how triangles work." You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
that. What a fun idea for. Okay, I'm gonna have to watch it.
If
That's
you
a really
see
good idea.
So do you know how on Netflix when you're like scrolling on titles, it shows you like a little trailer? So the trailer for this show is him walking into class, all the students standing up, and then he says something. I don't know what it meant because the trailer doesn't have subtitles,
Uh-huh.
but they all pull out guns and start shooting at
Yes,
him.
I love that
And he
scene.
just like dodges them because he can move at the speed of sound.
Good
So
morning,
good.
classmate. Okay, wait.
Yes.
Sorry, that's gonna be so loud me laughing, but that is hilarious. Oh my gosh, that's a great.
That's
That's a
very
great
nice
idea.
anime.
Okay, yep. I'm gonna add that to my list. I have such a huge list from these two teaching me animes that I haven't seen. That is amazing. Wow.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, Assassination Classroom. Do you know when it came out? It's like 2017-ish or something.
Oh, it's that. Why
Wait.
does that feel like that's recent? But it's not. It's
It's
actually
like
not
6
that.
years or
It feels like it was
2016.
yesterday. That's crazy.
Okay.
20,
because I know that the one
okay.
I mentioned, Begata HK, came out in like 2013, so it's a little bit older style, like
Mhm.
before it started transitioning more. I'd say.
Mm.
I don't know.
Assassination Classroom has a live action. It came out
Of
in
course it
2015,
does.
and it's
I don't want to know what
It's
that
so
tentacle
strange.
guy
It's
looks like.
terrifying.
Live
Yeah.
action. You're gonna scare me. Okay, that.
that is
Okay. Yep. Did not like that.
that's
No.
like an American horror movie.
Ew. He's like Ronald McDonald gone wrong. Oh my lord.
It's just like the eyes are just two dots, and then there are all the teeth are the same shape and the same. They're so even.
Yeah.
His teeth being so
He
even
is-
annoys me.
Yeah. Is he funny?
Yes.
It seems like he's funny.
He's funny. He takes them on a vacation or something, and then they end up there's like a hotel, and then someone from the hotel tries to kill the professor, and then they all go to save him. Something. It's just a whole thing.
So anyone listening is good. You guys are getting really good ideas as to what you should watch tonight. That's for
Yes.
sure because we've got awkward sex ideas over here, and we've got assassinate your teacher. I mean, what more could you want? And then with me, I feel like mine is like the most like just not at all like you guys. Your guys is epic, but mine is okay. I'm split. Because Pokemon, I'm a huge fan of Pokemon, in case you guys didn't know. I'm a huge fan. And Pokemon was my first game I ever owned when I was 8. I think that was when I got my first Game Boy Color. And my dad said, "Here you go." And he had no idea what he was doing. My grades were about to go bye-bye because all I cared about was training Pokemon. And he handed me that. And then I was obsessed with the Pokemon Yellow game. And then I started watching, I think it was on Cartoon Network. And the show was just like the game. So, and that show changed my life. I mean, truly. And the movie, I think, was the first time I ever cried. The Pokemon, the first movie. And so that was probably my gateway into actual anime.
And it helps that it's still relevant today. Like,
Right.
even in Japan, they're constantly making new things and like celebrating it over there.
Yep. And I mean, I was so obsessed. I went to New York City and went to the two-story Pokemon
Oh,
store,
yes.
and my dad bought like $400 worth of little figurines
goodness.
as a wager like he'd say, "Oh, you got all your chores done. You get to pick a figurine," and like that was so smart on his part, honestly, because I was so motivated to get good grades after he's bought all those. But, anyways, I still have a gigantic tub of them. I've kept them. I've preserved them that long, and eventually, I think I'm gonna put them on my wall as like
cool.
a bunch of little figurines. But anyways, that was my gateway into like actual like and like anime. That's all the little cutesy things that is anime, but my obsession with animation in general came from Miyazaki. Absolutely. Spirited Away. I watched that movie for the first time and then I rewatched it again, and again. And I was so obsessed with Chihiro. I did my hair like her. I ran like her. Like they say that like the Midwest thing where or not Midwest, like the millennial thing where you put your hair down to cover up your ears. I literally did that because Chihiro does that. Like, and I begged my mom to have like a sparkly hair tie that was made from friendship. Like, please, mom, find me this hair tie. But anyways, that movie and Miyazaki in general, I feel like is they just set the standard so high for animated movies, like anime movies and they're coming out with a new one. He keeps coming out of retirement. He's like, I'm gonna retire, and then he can't stay away. He's making. I think this is actually his final one that I can't wait for. I can't remember the name right now, but I'll look it up. But yeah, that's my favorite one. I'm obsessed, and you gotta watch it.
I know. I still have to finish it. But Studio Ghibli, they came out with a movie recently. I'm not sure what it was called, but it was such like a hush-hush kind of launch. They weren't trying to hide it. They just didn't drop any trailers or announce anything. And they just dropped the movie. It made the same money as Barbie during like the first weekend.
Excuse me?
Wait a second. Is it out? Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe I'm mistaken because that was his big thing was that, oh, wow. See, you guys listen to this podcast. You're about to get inside details about this movie. Oh, my Lord.
The Boy and the Heron?
Yes, that's it. Is it out?
Yeah.
What?
No, stop.
Oh, it says it's coming to the U.S. in December, though.
Oh, okay. So it was probably maybe in Japan.
It was
July,
as well. Japan, yeah.
Yes.
That makes sense because it looks as good as Spirited Away. I mean, from the trailers that I watched, I couldn't remember the name, but it looks as like gonna make your brain explode from animation.
And then you think about it, and it's like even betterly animated in a way somehow. Like,
right.
Same style, but like it's just clean.
Yeah. It looks very good. And it looks like the dream-esque, like, am I real? Is this actually happening? Is like happening in that story? But his main marketing thing that he did with that movie was, I'm not going to tell anyone anything. I'm not going to market it. And when you watch his documentary too, Miyazaki literally does not know what the story is about when he's making it. He's just drawing. And then by the end, he finds the story. It is amazing. And the way that they work in Japan is just so cute. They like take little stretch breaks and he's so sweet to all of his female staff, which I really love. He's such a feminist. Like all of his story, all of his girls or all the women in his movies are the strong ones.
Yes,
like Princess Mononoke is probably my biggest example of that. And Ashitaka is so hot. So hot. Like, literally, he was probably my first big crush because Howl was hot, but he was too dramatic for me. And then Ashitaka literally saves his entire village from a demon. He is. Howl is dramatic. When he's like, my hair is terrible. We're talking about Howl's Moving Castle. He said, my hair, it's terrible. You've ruined it. I'm like, oh, my goodness. But that part is so funny with her as the old lady. Like, are you kidding me? I'm an old lady, and you're going to tell me that you're not beautiful? Like, kidding me? So, but yeah, he saves his entire village from a demon. And then they're like, oh, you got what's it called? You got poisoned by the demon, whatever, possessed your arm. So you have to leave forever. And he's like, all right. Cuts his bun off and pieces out. Like, what? Are you kidding me? Man energy? Are you serious? And then his sister, never gonna see his sister again. And she's just like, oh, here's a ribbon to remember me by. And he's like, I love you, bye. And then he just leaves. And you're like, what?
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? I know, I love that movie. The soundtracks too. I went in Detroit to see Joe Hisayashi's music live and I bawled. I bawled, like bawled crying. And my boyfriend's like, wow, okay, this was a really great present for you. I did a good job. I'm like, you have no idea how much this music alone means to me. So anyways, that was my gateway into anime. I could talk about this forever. I told you guys.
Is Wolf Children?
That's a great movie. But that's not
It's not
Miyazaki, no. That's, what's his name? He's the same person that did Summer Wars, which is also another great movie, and Girl Who Leapt Through Time.
Oh my gosh, that one.
Great movie. Love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I could talk about that all day.
Hosoda?
Yes, Hosoda. Yeah, he's excellent. They're comparable to Miyazaki. To me, not as good, but still very good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then there's Your Name.
Oh
and,
yeah.
Weathering with You, amazing.
And then the newest one
that I haven't seen yet.
Suzume or something. Oh.
Yeah, those are all really, really good too.
Oh, it's literally just called Suzume.
There's so many good anime films that I still haven't seen. Like I saw Akira. You guys seen Akira?
A little bit.
Mm-mm.
That is a brain.
I know about it, but
that is a brain melting movie. That's where Dragon Ball Z got its influence from. Was Akira. Like when the main character is like Buddy ends up doing brain powers, his hair gets super spiky, and it literally he's just like Goku, and they totally say like, oh yeah, we stole that from Akira. And then Paprika was what inspired Inception.
Yeah, I did hear about that. Yeah.
That's the thing. That's why I'm so happy once again that anime is getting so popular, because so many people were stealing from it all the time.
Yes. There's
all
a
the
lot.
time.
I've like read so much
Disney
about
will
stealing.
literally say, if we're ever not feeling inspired, we go watch a Miyazaki movie. Because it's just it is the top tier animation. And they're like, yep, whatever, our animators are not inspired. How do we make this moment work? And then they go watch a Miyazaki movie and they're like, huh, it's not right. Just the simplest things of Chihiro when she puts on her shoe and she does a little, like, to put it on.
Mm-hmm. I
Simple
remember
things like that you're like, he diligently watched a 10-year-old girl, how she behaves, how she interacts. Oh, and then the other reason, and then I'm done, I swear. The other reason why I love that movie is because he said, I was watching all these Disney movies and all these new movies coming out with women as the protagonists and these role models for girls, but there was none that was 10 years old. And he's like, I want to make a film about how hard it is to be 10. And a female. I'm like, 10 years old, it came out. When I was 10, I turned 10 and it came out. And I just sat there bawling, crying, like, oh my goodness, this is how I feel. Because I feel like I'm this weird girl at my new school and I don't know how to fit in. And that was her. And then her whole thing was friendship. Like all her friends that she got at the bathhouse. Anyways, if you're like, oh, if you could have dinner with anyone and I had a translator, he would be my pick, like 100%. I would literally run up to him and hug him, and he would be so uncomfortable because, man, you don't really do that, but I would. I'd be like, I don't care.
You got to give your new ideas
right.
and stuff.
Yeah, so good. Okay, what are we currently watching?
Okay.
Let's start with you. What are you currently watching right now?
So currently I'm watching the second season of Jujutsu Kaisen. It's like, it's a prequel. It's basically a prequel. It like goes back in time before the main Jujutsu Kaisen story started.
Mm-hmm.
It's about when, do you know who Gojo is?
Mm-mm.
Gojo with the blue eyes.
With the
No,
blindfold,
you
like the strongest character.
Yes. I've seen him. This is my next anime that I'm going to watch because I saw an intro with it. Yeah, he's hot.
Yeah.
He is super hot. He reminds me of the really hot guy from Naruto that I'm not remembering his name either. He's blind. He has his eye covered too.
Mm-hmm.
What is his name? I can't remember, but yes.
So the second season is about when this guy was in school and some stuff happens and then people still try to like attack these students because that's just how it's been.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to this guy, his name is Satoru Gojo, people are actually afraid that like, oh, he's from the Gojo clan. We can't do this. We should leave. He's a child. He's like 15 or 16.
But he's that powerful.
Yes.
Wow.
A 16-year-old child from the Gojo clan scares adults, evil demon adults.
I mean, he's got like 2 powers kind of thing, right? Or something. He's got those
but
eyes.
he was 16 then, so he didn't really have much of that.
Oh, okay.
But he still had like a lot of untapped potential, which is what I think scared them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch this. This is my next one that I'm watching for sure because you guys are both super big on it. All right, Danielle, which one for you?
Well, I'm also currently watching the little bit of season 2 there.
Mhm.
And then I'm also watching Kakaguri Twin. Have you ever heard of Kakaguri in general?
No.
Yes.
Okay, so basically it's this anime where they go to a school for gambling, but gambling's illegal in Japan. So it's
It
definitely like a
is?
bold show to exist. It is, yeah.
I did not know
Yep,
that.
all gambling's mostly like underground and stuff. So
Wow.
so the school is pretty crazy. Everybody have you heard of Food Wars?
Yes.
So they like nut over food.
Uh,
In Food Wars. Sorry.
Did you say nut on our podcast?
Yes. But then they nut over gambling in Kakaguri basically. They're like,
Oh
"Oh,
my
I love gambling," you know, like it's so crazy. It, pretty much
Yeah.
like they go crazy.
oh my goodness.
But Twin
You're so funny because you're like, this stuff makes me uncomfortable. But then I watch it all about that. That's all I watch is this topic. Sex.
they're
and
mostly just girl
nutting.
characters in Kakaguri though. There's only like the main guy or whatever is like the only guy that's relevant. But so So the Twin is basically also like a prequel in a way to the show. So the main seasons are like just the main character. Her name's Yumiko, and she's new to the school, and then she goes through like a year at the school. But the Twin is my favorite, my best girl, Mary Sao. I don't know how to say it. Sao Tome, something like that. And it's like she's technically a second year in the normal show, so she's a first year in like the Twin. And it's like she's the main character in it and stuff. And since I like her more, I kind of like Twin more. But anyway.
See, you are giving me ideas for like guilty pleasure animes that I feel like most people would be like, I don't know about that, and then they watch it and they're like, I can't stop. It's so good. It's like the anime
really
where your
funny.
boyfriend's like, that's lame. But then you're watching it and he's like doing laundry and he's watching it now, and then all of a sudden he stops doing laundry, and then all of a sudden he's sitting next to you watching it.
And all of a sudden
like
he starts
that.
like giggling.
Yeah, and now he's like in on it. I can't believe she just did that. Like, yeah, that's what that sounds like. I need to watch that.
And then my other one that I'm currently watching is Rent a Girlfriend season 3. So season 1 came out at the beginning of my college career in 2020, which was crazy because in the show they're in college. So it was really cool.
Oh, that's nice.
To like
yeah.
kind of like go through
Bond.
college with them or something.
Aww.
But basically the characters are like rental girlfriends and the main character is a loser and
a loser.
and he needs to use a rental app to rent a girlfriend, but then he like falls in love with her actually, and then it's mostly just like that him like falling in love with her and like chasing her down kind of thing.
How do you rent a girlfriend?
It's
Is
just
it like
this
you go
app
to the
and you,
family
like,
video, but
find
it's
the-
like the family girlfriend, and you're just like, I
In
can,
a way,
can I rent it for
but since
2
it's
weeks?
an app, it's only like one date at a time. You purchase for like one date where it's like a dinner date, or like you can buy like a whole like day to like the amusement park or like different things. Obviously they cost different amounts.
I'm
but, like,
surprised that doesn't exist now. I mean,
I
it kind
know,
of does.
right?
It kind of does. I guess you could do that.
I feel like they have to make it eventually.
You want to know the craziest thing right now? This is random, but I was watching a thing on YouTube with Japan just because I'm interested in their culture and everything. And this guy said, if your significant other is with a prostitute, is that cheating? Most of the girls said no. Can you believe that?
Oh, in
What?
Japan?
In Japan.
Yes. So I'm taking an intro to Japanese culture class where they discuss this. And marriage for people in Japan is just to have a family.
Yeah.
Like it's more like a
And like
societal
money
thing.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, money and
Status.
kids is the
Yeah.
point of a marriage. But both of the people in the marriage are allowed to go out and do things with whoever they want.
Isn't that crazy? Like
Yeah.
that to me is literally rent a girlfriend,
Yeah.
like rent a prostitute instead.
Yeah, do you know
for a
what a
night. And they said the women. He was like, really, why? And they're like, well, I mean, I'd rather him be with a person that's like doing it for work than some random girl, you know. And I'm like, what? If that's not a random girl, I don't know what is. Like, what? It's just, I'm not judging. I'm just saying, like, it's so different because you know, dating here is just as bad.
I just got a hinge like.
Yeah. You did? Hey, yo.
It's from Fort Wayne, Indiana. So
Oh.
I don't have a car. Even if it was Detroit, I would be like, I don't have a car. I don't want
Right. You're gonna have
I
to
need
come
to know.
come to me.
Which one would you choose as best girl?
Out of these girls, okay, so there's a short-haired black girl. There's a little pink skirt girl with short blonde hair.
Mommy.
And then I'm probably gonna go with as a girl, like that's my run to girl.
Yeah.
I'm not picking the PJ one. There's a girl that looks like she's literally in her pajamas. And she's like, that's definitely her
They
voice.
actually wear different clothes. That's also what I like about this show is they don't have just like
Do you get
one
to pick
outfit
their
that's
outfits?
iconic. Oh no.
Like you have to wear this at the date.
No, it's
Oh,
nothing
okay.
like that. But well, actually,
I think
one
I'm gonna
time he requested
go-
her to wear a schoolgirl uniform.
You know, I think I'm gonna go with the far left one, the short-haired one. with the
No.
blue- no,
Not
that was
Ruka.
wrong? Oh,
It's
Well, I'm
okay.
just
No,
saying,
she's
like,
fine.
I'm just saying. To me, she seems like she'd be fun to talk to.
Oh, she's energetic.
yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. But if I was going, the blonde,
Okay.
that's a better choice.
Everybody calls her trash.
I know it was this one. I knew it was this. Is that the bad?
no,
one?
I love her. She's
Okay,
my
see, but listen.
love.
See, but that's what I'm saying. That was my first choice, but I was like, is she trying to trick me?
Right?
Because she is to me also
She
really
is
cute.
the perfect girlfriend. She has
Okay.
like the #1
She
rating.
looks like the perfect girlfriend,
Mhm.
literally.
Emily,
Yeah, but I'm just like,
Emily,
I
I think you just saw Danielle's waifus.
that. Yeah.
Are those your waifus?
That's my waifu right
She's so pretty. That's a good one. That's a really good. I would have picked her, especially because she's wearing a red shirt, which red is my favorite color.
Ooh, perfect.
But yeah, that's the one I would have picked. But then I was like, I think she's trying to trick me,
Mhm.
so I'm gonna
It's
pick
too
the
good to be
short-haired
true,
one with
but
the
it
little.
is.
She looks a little like eccentric.
Yeah.
Like, she looks like we could have
It's
a good
reasonable.
conversation. You know. Okay, how much longer do we have? I don't want to go over our time. Sorry, guys. I know it's all
We can cut out
I'd say
extra
we're at like
stuff.
25.
25. Okay, great. All right, so we'll do mine now. The one I'm currently watching is 7 Deadly Sins, which was suggested to me by my boyfriend, and I will say it's fun. I really like it. It's very beautiful.
What season are you on?
I'm on season 4 or 5. Like I don't want to give any spoilers. Have you watched it?
No,
Are you planning on watching it?
maybe.
I've only watched. I don't know what I've watched. The
Honestly,
seasons
I
are
just got the
confusing.
backstory with Gother, which was really good. I thought that was fascinating because I was always like, why is Gother such a jerk? Like he's so annoying.
Yeah, I hate Gother.
I hate him so much. But then his backstory, I was like, okay, it's like really not his fault. He's literally a doll and he has no idea what he's doing. I don't know. He's really annoying. He's annoying.
Yeah.
My favorite character is Pride. I
Oh.
love him. Where he gets the feeling from the sun and then he's like super strong, but then any other time the sun isn't out, his whole body gets all frail and he's obsessed with Merlin. Like
Yeah.
he's probably my favorite because Elizabeth's grown on me, but Sir Meliodas, if I have to hear that one more time,
I know.
I'm gonna put a bullet through my head. Like literally, I liked her better as Liz. Like to me, Liz was
I'm
more
gonna
down
say
to
it. Sir
earth.
Meliodas, come grope me.
Yeah, exactly.
It happens so much.
It's so much. It's too much. It's almost too much.
Yes.
Yes, I agree. And but the one thing I do love about it is that they actually, one of the things that are so annoying about anime to me is that these characters clearly like each other
Yeah.
and they never kiss.
Oh, don't
they
even
never
talk
hug.
about Diane and King.
Like
Ah.
literally,
Ah.
that part was so annoying where, oh, I lost my memory. And now I lost my memory of you. I lost it again. It's like, stop misplacing your memory. Keep track of it. Literally, put a tracker on it. It's so annoying. But then I will say, it was really cute how Deanne just like, bam, planted a kiss on King and was so confident about it. And she's like a million times bigger than him. So it was really cute. It's a tiny little fairy getting a kiss from a giant. And the fact that they showed a kiss. Like, sometimes in the anime, I just get a little irritated. I'm like, oh my gosh, just kiss her.
Yeah.
Just kiss her. And he's like, oh, nosebleed.
Yeah.
Or, I have something I want to tell you. And then, of course, a monster
Somebody
breaks
comes-
in.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
just, I get so annoyed. So that's the one thing I do like about 7 Deadly Sins is you know exactly how people feel. They showcase it, and it's really cute. It's addicting. I like it. It's not my favorite anime, but I like it. It's good. I do like it. All right. What are we doing next? Weirdest one?
Yeah. I think it'll be
All right.
funny.
All right, Danielle, you go first. Weirdest
me
anime
first.
you've seen. Yep.
Okay. The weirdest anime for me I have like two different ones. I have Asobi Asobase. Has anyone heard of that?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so I have a clip that I want to show you. So you can just come over here and watch it.
Oh,
I guess.
goodness. Okay, I'm ready.
Hold it close to the mic.
Here comes
we can just add it to the like audio later.
Mhm.
Oh, how do I get it to like play?
Play. I'm not sure. So we'll talk. Let's
Hey.
talk a little bit more about something. Well, maybe we can say, "Whoops, sorry, we had a tech difficulty there."
Yeah, technical difficulties. We lost a bunch of footage, but it's okay.
That's all right. We're all good. All good. She was showing us the weirdest anime that she's ever seen.
Really funny clips.
Really funny clips from, what are the animes called?
Asobi Asobase and Ghost Stories dub.
Yeah. Ghost Stories dub. I have myself seen clips from, and I was like, wow, that is the funniest dub I have ever heard in my life. Like up there
It's
with
crazy.
with the clips that are on YouTube of like Hellsing and Dragon Ball Z where they overdub what they're actually saying. That stuff, I could sit and watch that all day. So funny. All right. Well, it has been fun.
We could talk about anime all day. So
We could. We're probably over the time limit because we could talk about it all day. But the main thing I did
Definitely.
want Danielle to promote was that she,
yes.
she just
I
started.
just started the UT Anime Society here on
So
campus.
cool.
Anime Club. Join it.
You guys should join it.
We have
All
every
right.
social media, so go find it.
Yes, I am so excited. I'm going to go follow all that after we get off here. But
Thank you.
thank you so much for listening. We hope that we have at least incited any of you that have never watched it to possibly just dive in on Netflix, which most of them are on there for if you have a Netflix account for free. Hulu, Funimation, any of those, you're going to find some
There's
really
some
good.
websites out there too.
They're also free, but we won't disclose those. But just do a Google search and you'll find them.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and we'll catch you next time.
Yep, this was the Not Weebs podcast.
Not
Bye.
Weebs
Bye.
Podcast. Bye.